Welcome back to days 81 to 90 of my 100 days and 7 days to die. I just want to say a massive thank you for all the support on the series, especially the last episode was unreal. I appreciate you all, you honestly make my world. Do make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and keep an eye out for the series that is coming after this. I feel like you may enjoy it. We are now at the penultimate 10 days. We fill our mini bike full of medical supplies that we might need in these coming 10 days. Days 81 to 90, we are determined to make it as useful as possible so we can have an epic final 10 days. So whilst we are travelling near the food factory that we once went in and never completed, we do find a big old lump of coal. And you better call Chris Hansen because I am pretending to be a miner. I am digging up all this coal, making sure we have enough so we can actually make ourselves a decent amount of gunpowder. Because the thing is, as much as I love the stun baton, the AK has got a special place in my heart. I love to spray it. But the issue with that is I keep using way too much ammunition. Anyway, we arrive at 2-Bit Tower. Inside, we're thinking this is going to be easy. I ain't worried. We'll take out the dog outside. We're going to be sneaky. This can't be too difficult. We've been to the wasteland. We've done hard stuff before. Piece of cake. Boy, was I wrong. These were a rough couple of days. I can tell you that. I at one point, was ready to just quit this whole 100 days and call it and be like, I'm not good enough. I can't survive. I can't make it in the zombie apocalypse. But anyway, we're in the underground garage, if you're American. Garage, if you're a normal English speaker. We had a couple of dogs come for us, but I've got that dog in me. I know what I'm doing. I mean, don't get me wrong, they kind of messed me up a little bit. But look at this. This is just at the, the bottom floor. We're not even like, we're probably like 1% into this, and already we are being jumped by a massive swarm. This really is not looking good for us. But once we finally dealt with them, we actually got ourselves a cheeky little upgrade. A tier 5. Stun baton. This is good. Ours is only a 4. A 5 is a little bit better. It's nothing mega, but, I like my stun baton. I like to bonk them. And, already it was feeling strong. We went round exploring all these, underground areas, and we weren't finding anything too crazy, but we carried on looking just in case we did find something useful. But a lot of the time, we just kept coming across weird types of zombies. So once we finally took out this hipster, we made our way upstairs, and yes, this is where things started to go bad. I mean, I was like, oh, there's only one of them, I can deal with that, and I was like, how am I still getting hit? Oh, there's another. Well, 2 of them, I've dealt with worse, 2 can't be too bad. Yeah, that was nothing. I mean, there was a lot of them, and they just didn't stop. I mean, look, I got swarmed. But obviously, we respawned, we made our way back after our horrible death, and, I mean, we struggled to even make it out of here. And then we thought, you know what? Oh, look, they can't get to us. Yeah, wrong again. I'm an idiot. I clearly don't know how I'm playing this game. I took a few out and was like, yeah, I'm so smart. I can definitely stand and fight these. Why? Why am I doing this to myself? We get put in the corner, like we're back at school. They're all bullying us, calling us names, saying, look at you, you built like a froob. But we came back and we were back with a vengeance. But it didn't mean out, because, again, we're stupid. I've got, like, next to no ammo. And I thought, yes, great idea. And then somehow, this was the most glitched bit of this game. I got pushed into the wall, and they couldn't hit me for ages. So I was able to, like, hit them, but I was stuck. And I was like, well, either I'm going to be able to kill them all, and that's great, or I'm going to be stuck here, and I'm going to slowly die. But they did manage to eventually kill me. So yes, we died, and we went back to go get our stuff, and it's stuck in the wall. So at this point, I didn't really know what to do, because we went outside, and we had a bear, and fucking zombies, and everything, and it was just not looking good. But we had a supply drop, and I thought, you know what? This will cheer me up. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It could have been better. We got some coffee, you know, we got some food, some cornbread, whatever that is, some magazines, but yeah, was not really worth it. But we made our way back to our base, and we did have a smart-ish idea. We thought, let's go back, and we will grab the auger that we previously acquired, and we will use that to be able to dig out the wall and get the rest of our loot. And we were hoping this was going to work. Lucky for us, obviously, we had a bunch of fuel actually in our mini bike, because we're smart like that, because I had no money at the time, so it would have been very difficult. But we were able to get our stuff, and yeah, we were not ready for the 2-bit tower. We were not strong enough. So we went back home, and we put all our items away, because, you know, I felt defeated. I was like, you know what, for the next few days, we're going to do nothing but sit around. And I thought, you know what, Blood Moon coming up, I'm even just going to chill on the roof. I thought, I'm not up for it. I was feeling down in the dumps. You know, things were not feeling good. But you know what? As always, killing a bunch of zombies, things started to feel better. I started to feel stronger and thought, you know what? We're not going to do this. We're going to finish this Blood Moon unscathed. We're actually going to do it. I mean, well, except from that, where we did get infected. I mean, fuck you. But we were willing to go back and just go through a little of the buildings in the wasteland. You know, nothing crazy. We're not going to go do 2-bit tower. Maybe more just, you know, a few random buildings and see if we can find something at least useful. So lucky for enough, we did eventually finish the Blood Moon. We had a couple zombies left to kill, and we dealt with them nice and quick. We then hopped on our mini bike, and before we decided to go to the wasteland, we thought, let's go and get ourselves some of this juicy white powder. I mean, well, it's not that. Obviously, we know it's not. But we can say it's that, and people will think we're cool and we know drugs and stuff. But whilst we were out, we did notice that a supply drop did come down, and we were going to go for it. But we were smart and thought, let's actually go back to our base and start making our gunpowder. Then we'll go for it, because by the time we get back, we'll have loads of gunpowder. Big brain. I am smart. I can be smart sometimes. We then made ourselves some Iron Man repulsor core, but it was actually for our stun baton. I was hoping I could make an Iron Man suit. Sadly, we can't, because this game's fucking bullshit. But we made our way to the supply drop. Again, nothing too crazy. Some gunpowder, you can never go wrong. And we're now getting all the Tech Planet magazines. I mean, we're getting, you know, loads now, and we never could before. But anyway, we made our way into the governor's office. We went round, killed a few zombies. I mean, there was nothing too crazy in this building. I mean, this one, he was just kind of chilling and was like, I'm not going to come out. So we just shot him because, yeah, big brain. So we dealt with these nice and quickly, and we had a few more to deal with, until eventually we did find a little bit of loot, but it was nothing too crazy. I tell you, we're finding all these electrical magazines, now we don't need them. Where were these in the initial 80 days? We made our way into another building, again, a few zombies to deal with, nothing too crazy. The loot again, I wouldn't really say it was worth it, but we're getting XP for killing the zombies, so that does help. So after that atrocious loot, we made our way down the ladder and back into the street, and we thought, let's go for another building. You know what, I'm enjoying this. This is, you know, the right amount of zombies. And this building actually had quite a bit of loot, and again, it was tech magazines. We don't need them. Why are you giving me them now? We then found ourselves in Blaze and Burns' offices. I don't know if it's meant to be like a weed lawyers or something, but yeah, they are giving me stoner vibes. We then dealt with this massive group of zombies as well that were, you know, guarding some loot. But once all them geezers were taken care of, we made our way into the loot room. It wasn't too bad. Lucky enough, we did find some antibiotics, so we actually were able to cure our infection. Obviously, we carried on making our way through the loot. A lot of magazines, a lot of random stuff. Stuff we can sell, stuff we can use. You know how it is at this point. We have that much loot. I mean, we don't have the most useful stuff, but you keep hold of, what you can. We then made our way to Trader Jen. I'm sorry, I fall in love every time I see her. Sadly, she had nothing for us. There was nothing quite useful, so we hopped on our mini bike and made our way back to our base. When we arrived back at the base, we noticed that our Iron Man core was ready to go into our stun baton, as well as our gunpowder, so we did have some 7.62 ammo we were able to craft. We then thought it may be a good idea to actually use some of our material to upgrade our pistol to a tier 6. But sadly, all we needed was duct tape, and for some reason I just never have enough fabric to actually make the duct tape, so we decided let's head out and try and find ourselves some fabric. But before then, obviously we did have to go to the supply crate and have a look if there was anything useful inside. We were actually hoping for some duct tape, but we didn't find any. So we soon made our way back home, as we were not travelling far and wide looking for duct tape. We were trying to find some close to home. So we searched around the desert, hoping to find some, and we came across some of the buildings. This was the dollhouse. Inside, the first thing we found was actually a few bits of fabric, so things were looking good for us. Then this repulsor mod finally showed us what it was actually meant for, and I wish I had this sooner. This would have saved us. We then decided to be smart and just started smashing everything that had fabric in it. Beds, mattresses, sofas, you name it, we were getting the fabric. We then had to parkour our way to the roof to actually get any loot from this building. And again, wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. So we made sure to grab all that. We jumped down and we actually found a couple of chairs that we were able to get some fabric from, as well as then moving on to another building, hoping to find some more. The initial zombies actually weren't too bad to deal with, but it was once we came in here and we had a bunch of dogs just come for us and things went bad. The only positive from all of this and almost dying is the fact that there were 3 mattresses in here, and that was exactly what we needed to have enough to make all the duct tape. We then made our way back home, and we were actually able to craft the new pistol, so things were looking good. If you have enjoyed and you are excited to see the final 10 days of this series, do make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be made aware of when I go live, when I post, when I do anything. I want to say a massive thank you for all the support, especially on the last episode. It was absolutely unreal. I appreciate you all. You honestly make my life. Anytime I go onto my YouTube studio and I see a like, a comment, a sub, even just, a few views, it honestly fills me with such happiness. So I just want to thank you all for being amazing viewers, an amazing community. Even if this is your first video, thank you. I really appreciate it.